What is up, everybody? Now, this particular video is about a topic that ties directly to Making a Murderer and what happened to Brendan Dassey. This video is about police being able to lie to minors to get confessions, and should it be allowed? Because some states are starting to ban the practice. Now, I could end this video right now, make it right quick, because clearly, at least to me, the obvious answer is no. This should not be allowed. This should have never been allowed. I don't know why this was ever a thing. Like, why are you going to lie to a minor who is believed that they can, who has been led to believe that they can trust you? A child is much more trusting than an adult. So lying to a child has way more effect on what response you're going to get back. So this article is from the DesMoinesRegister.com, and I will link it in the description below so you can go have a read of the full thing for yourself. It states that false confessions have played a role in far too many wrongful convictions. This is a quote from the Illinois governor. He also goes on to state that my deep hope is that Illinois is setting an example for the entire nation to pass this law, and yeah, I sure hope it is as well. The article talks about one particular case, not the Making a Murderer case, but this absolutely has implications on the Making a Murderer case. This case, it was one of the biggest blunders in Chicago law enforcement history. Two boys, ages 7 and 8, were charged after they allegedly confessed to the high-profile killing of an 11-year-old boy, Ryan Harris. This happened in 1998. So, these two boys were 7 and 8 years old. Keep that in mind. 7 and 8. If you have children at home, and they're in that age range, just keep that in mind. It states at the time the boys were the youngest suspects ever charged with murder in the United States. They supposedly had admitted to Ryan's killing in an unrecorded questioning by detectives. So not only were they 7 and 8, it was in an unrecorded questioning by detectives. After semen was found on Ryan's underwear, the boys were cleared. Calls came quickly from the media and scholars to record interrogations and to block deceptions, which was believed to have been used to get the boys to confess to Ryan's murder. Now, why would they have not recorded this particular interrogation if it was on the up and up, if it was straightforward, if they were using tactics that maybe it wasn't illegal at that time, but just immoral, just terrible, and even Brendan Dassey's confession, coerced confession, was recorded, and it's absolutely plain as day. So imagine if this was recorded as well back in 1998 with these 7 and 8-year-olds. I get on the Wisconsin legal system because Brendan Dassey was 16. These children were actually 7 and 8 years old. Outside of the people in that investigation room in Chicago, the people have no idea how police got those two young boys to admit to molestation, beating, and a murder that was later determined to be committed by a known rapist in the area. Well, I can tell you how you did it. They told them stuff so that they could trust the police, and then went back on that and then charged them. That's what happens when you lie to children. You can get them to say whatever you want. Last month, July 2021, Illinois governor signed a law forbidding police from lying to minors or less of a sentence during interrogations. Advocates are working to legislate similar protections for youth in states all across America. The Illinois governor signed Senate Bill 2122 on July 15th advanced the rights of some of our most vulnerable in our justice system, and they put Illinois at the forefront of the work being done to true reform. False confessions have played a role in far too many wrongful convictions, said the Illinois governor. The victims of deception suffering life-altering damage, he said, that rings true for the youth who are most vulnerable to these tactics. My deep hope is that Illinois is setting an example for the entire nation to pass a law in all 50 states. So you can go read the rest of this story. It is linked in the description below. It's insane to believe that anybody ever thought that this was a good idea. That lying to children to get the truth, feeding them what you want to hear, and having them feed it back to you, and then being able to use that to charge them with crimes such as murder. These two children were 7 and 8 years old. What can you get your 7 and 8-year-old child to do by just talking to them? Imagine if you were a cop, someone who they may look up to. Kids love police officers. Lots of kids, what do you want to be? I want to be a cop. So they're going to trust the police. Imagine these police officers had children and that these tactics were used on their children. How do you think these officers would have reacted? I don't know if, I can't remember if Brendan Dassey, the two investigators that investigated him, had children, but imagine they had a 16-year-old and someone was using the tactics on them to get them to confess to a crime they didn't commit. Boy, I bet that situation would go very, very different. So I sure hope this law passes in all 50 of the United States. I don't know what this law is like worldwide. It shouldn't be a thing anywhere. Hopefully it gets fixed and gets fixed soon. What do you think of this? What do you think of Illinois banning police being able to lie to minors to get a confession? Thanks for watching, everybody. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Have a great day. I'll see you again soon.